You cut the rest of the egg and then shove it into your briefcase. Soon they'll hatch and feel right at home. Right? Oh ya, pasal aku punya briefcase. Aku rasa briefcase aku dia, ya, dia sentiasa berkembang lah. Okay, nice. Okay. Pickaxe. Yeah. Oh, okay, they got to provide option to mine certain places, so I'm gonna mine it. How do you find meat? Mine spending bonus, right? I should increase aku punya something ni, glamour something. Ya, aku rasa nak increase glamour dulu pasal supaya aku dapat lagi banyak item. Okay, that's it for now. Kita terus ke map seterusnya. Nanti aku nak kena pergi backtrack kat tempat-tempat yang aku dah pernah pergi. Wow, banyaknya. Map is huge. Cameron Canyon. At the side of the trail, you see a small hell cow. A hell calf. Really, it's not at a patch of brush, lighting on fire, then it start grazing. Horn swaggling to swaggle its horn. That isn't a thing. What would that even mean? You decided to try and scare it away instead. Look out! It's a thing that cows are afraid of. I'm not sure what it might be, but there's definitely one coming. The elk grunts with surprise and gallops away. Apparently not wanting to risk an encounter with whoever it was thinking. Okay, Gentan. Danger, spider. Yikes. Okay. Right, nice. Medicine. Nice. Booze. Can't see anything. Tak ada apa mesti. The door has like 15 deadbolts on it. The note tag on it says, "Please don't open this door unless you want to get eaten by a giant spider. Even then, don't open it because the rest of us don't want to get eaten by a spider. It isn't even signed, so you can hardly be expected to take it seriously." Open the door. Let's go in. The tunnel behind the opening goes straight up. There's no way to get through it unless you're a huge spider. Okay, so you can see the gang on the other side of this big pile of junk, but you are not going to be able to get them from this side. Maybe if we had more legs, you will be able to. Okay. I'm not a spider, so aku tak boleh banyak. So maybe aku kena convince spider to somehow. You hear a horrible scattering noise followed by scream, followed by more horrible scattering noises, followed by more scream, followed by some blah 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 blah. Right, that's more scattering than silence. Go inside. Danger kitchen. This one? Danger bar. So you don't kena rap dengan spider. The gang's being prepped for surgical session. Don't do anything just yet. This poor chef chained to the wall. He says, "Why the chef? Hey, you're not one of them. Are you to rescue me?" Sure. Thank goodness. I'm Doug. Hadi. How do you do? Stuff? Well, I've been chained up in that cave for weeks, looking for empty stripes. That sounds awful. You wanna know what's the worst part? There's a perfectly good oven 8 feet from my right, and a shelf of perfectly good ingredient on my left. How's that worst part? The chain is only 4 feet long. Ah, that's rough. I know, right? There I was, fresh out of culinary school with million meat ideas in my head, and now here I am for fish shadow and cooking, blah blah. Alright. What million meat idea? You promised not to steal my idea, right? Yeah, I promise. Okay, then it's a new kind of sandwich, or maybe a taco. It's so revolutionary that I'm not quite sure where it fits in this whole hand food taxonomy, to be honest. Anyway, in the middle of it there's a sausage, but it's sausage made from the cheapest possible parts of a pig, grounded up so finely that you can't identify them anymore, okay? And served in a long split roll with soaked up grease, so you can't really tell how fatty the sausage is. So basically hot dog lah, the discover hot dog. And the best part, the name. Ready to hear the name? Sure. It's called the hot dog. What do you think? How about the hot honey instead? Don't be ridiculous, hot honey. What does that even mean? Haha, ridiculous. Hey, there's no need to be mean about it. So, not that any of this even matter. Even if I ring a machine, there's no point hanging around this empty cave making hot dogs just for myself. I didn't even like the taste of a good setup shop with dirt water. Ah, okay, so that's why ada banyak empty lot. Brilliant, you're a genius, honey. Hot dogs for sale. All day, every day. I'll make a mint. Say, that's an idea. What if I added mint to the sausage mixture? You help him break his chains, he leave the cave, holding an oven and a shop with green on. Alright, let's go. Ah man, aku patut search dulu. Aku patut search dulu sebelum aku check release dia. So come back. Aku punya liver ada lagi, so laudanum. Jaw hop. Nice. Aku split dah. Liver ada, stomach ada. So let's makan something dan minum something. Wine, no. What the consumable? Potion, boost. Spike coffee. Take it. Food. Eat. Right. So dah penuh, dah complete makanan aku punya capacity untuk hari ni. Alright, so macam mana? Aku rasa kita bawa dia orang ke dirt water kot. Arrest them. You stack the cocoon on the back of your horse, except for one, which Alice carries in a medical bag. He was smaller than he looked and head back to the water. Turn him in. Alright. Is that the stripy hat gang? What happened to them? They had run in with a giant spider of justice. Fortunately, the rewards result rather than explanations. Alright, Ruby. The stripy set. Alright, nice. Hello game, what's up? I just want to say hi. Hi. I must be getting wet, okay? Leave. Right, so ada 50. Kalau consumption tambah speed saja ni. Crit. Tambah max HP. Boleh buat tambah dekat medicine. You know what, just save dulu kot. Maybe nak letak Hornswaggling atau Snake Wig ke apa ke. For now, kita biar. Wanted, the Black Hat Bandits for horse theft and the selling of counterfeit glue. Last seen headed north toward the old millinery. No good can come of criminals with access to hat making machinery. Would you like to investigate? Yes, indeed. Right. lidah ni. Alright, let's lidah dulu. Still looking alright. Let's jual dulu. Oh, dia boleh tutup. Okay. Okay, still looking. Alright, let's go. Kau still boleh pergi something lagi lah kat sini. Nak double check balik, mungkin ada something aku miss. You see a streak of fire blast across the sky and land just over the horizon. You right to the side and lean back and find a meteor. Yeah. Holy shit, banyaknya. Can item stardust. Unfortunately, your pick marks from the heat of the meteor. The heatio. Ah, well. So aku hilang punya pickaxe. Aku kena cari pickaxe lain. Stardust. Biar dulu. Nak double check sini. No way can go back in there. I guess let's go to Fort Cowardice. Scout the location Shaggy Dog Cave. Go there now. Jauhnya. Kau dari situ kau boleh discover. Right on the opposite side of the map. There's a plaque bolted to the cave wall here. Read it. Record of events of the expedition to and into Shaggy Dog Cave. November 1897, as recorded by Jim Playwright. So what? Okay, read it. Having quiet through various and sundry means, a story which is interesting in its own right, but better save for another time. A map purporting to lead to a large cache of jewels and ingots of precious metals hidden by the infamous highwayman and train robber Black Cole Jr. in the years before the cows came home. I, Jim Playwright, along with three compatriots, this being Nathaniel Wyman, Cyrus Howard and Douglas Watts, set out to find Shaggy Dog Cave and the aforementioned treasure. So setiap diorang expedition ke sini dan setiap achievement diorang akan tampal kat sini. Our game version consists of one cart and a horse to pull it, 4 additional horses to be ridden, 2 shovels, a spade and a mining pick, a large coil of rope, 1 large basket of eggs, as well as some modified provision of cookware, my own collection of blank plugs and engraving tools, 1 large and 1 shaggy dog and a what for. Aku rasa barang-barang ni semua aku boleh cari kat sini kan. After travelling for 2.5 days to the south and east, we arrived at the water, largest settlement set for by. Okay. The barman provided our drinks and recruited and then withdrew a small wooden box from underneath the bar, asking us if we'd care to witness something real interesting. Considering that we still had quite a few hours left to travel, we politely declined and asked him if he knew the way to Shaggy Dog Cave. He replied that he had never been there personally, but gave us rough direction which correlated nicely with the notes on our map. Upon leaving the saloon, we discovered that our dismay that some unknown villain had tampered with our wagon. Fortunately, the only supplies missing were the butt-for and the entire basket of eggs, apart from one that Doug had concealed within the pocket of safekeeping. We also discovered that Doug had absconded with one of the horses, forcing Ned and Sai after drawing of lots to share. Oh my god. After acquiring a barrel of fresh water from the trip as well as replacement butt-for, we headed out into the open desert. The sun shone down mercilessly upon us, though we took small solace in the fact that it would have been far more intolerable had we made it this especially in the summer months rather than November. In order to pass the time on the trip and resist becoming dazed from the heat and susceptible to desert mirages, we exchanged stories of our youth, which I will not be retelling here for reasons of length. Sebelum sekejap. Fuck. Sekejap pasal aku terbalikkan aku punya tong sampah tu. Tendang tu tong sampah tu balik. One second. Alright, aku pause recording sekejap. Alright, I'm back. So basically sebab tong sampah aku bawa meja komputer aku, so macam aku tertendang dan sampah tengah penuh. So aku memang niat nak buang esok pagi, tapi dah tertendang dan semua isi dia terkeluar tu, aku kena bersihkan sekejap. Alright. However, I will relate to you 3 odd occurrences that happened to us during our trek through the desert. The first was 2 or 3 hours out of dirt water when Ned noticed a glint of sunlight upon a metallic object partially buried in the sand. This was revealed to be a brass oil lamp of foreign design and manufacture, which fortuitously still contained a quantity of oil. Deciding this might become in handy, we stashed in the wagon with our other tools. Adakah ini semua macam clue tempat barang-barang yang aku boleh jumpa kat tempat-tempat lain? Our next encounter was with a nomadic goblin tribesman who we discovered spoke excellent English. It required us to our destination, and we replied that we were looking for a shaggy dog cave, though we did not disclose the reason for our journey. The goblin confirmed that we were heading on the correct course, and mentioned that he had only a short time earlier witnessed a large and shaggy dog riding a horse in the same direction. We all agreed that this was an unusual sight indeed, and continued on our way. Oh my god, berapa banyak lagi ni? Sometime later, we encountered a large adobe hut occupied by 2 identical seeming old men with wild hair and long white beards. They invited us to take a shelter from the heat, which we gratefully accepted, and introduced themselves as hermits. It struck me as peculiar given that there were 2 of them, but I felt it would be rude to question them on that point. One of the hermits confirmed that we were near Shaggy Dog Cave, and the other hermit confirmed that what his brothers said was true. They also commented that they had seen a large and shaggy dog riding a horse in the direction. We all agreed that the nature side indeed. The hermit refreshed our water supply in exchange for our butt-for, and we continued our way excited to finally nearing our goal. Right? After 2 more hours, we finally arrived at Shaggy Dog Cave, carefully keeping our excitement in check lest we become incautious. We unloaded our equipment and supplies from the wagon and took a brief respite in the cool shade of the cave entrance. To celebrate our arrival, Doug unpocketed and shed the yak he had saved from our basket that had been stolen in that water. Once we were rested, we decided it was time to explore the cave. Discovering that we had neglected to pack torches, lanterns, or any other light sources, with which to illuminate the cave, we declared that it was indeed fortuitous that Ned had discovered the antique oil lamp during our travels. He gave the brass a quick shine and then lit the wick, and we were relieved to discover that it lit easily and provided a very adequate amount of light. As we headed into the cave, we were further encouraged by the fact that the floor was quite even and easy to traverse, and there were no side passages which might cause us to become lost. Despite this, I resolved to hang a number of plaques to mark our progress through the cave and engrave them with a tale of a journey such that others who discovered the cave after us might entertain and edified by our story. Soon we came to the end of the tunnel. While Ned, Sai and Doug took turns with the excavation, I completed the last of the formation plaques. It was a matter of perhaps an hour before Sai's shovel struck a wooden surface with a hollow noise, and we hauled a traditionally styled treasure chest out of the hole with a great excitement. Okay. The chest was locked with ancient and rusting iron padlock, which broke easily from a single swing of our pickaxe. We opened the lid slowly, and the flickering light of the antique oil lamp shone brilliantly upon jewels of every color and shining ingots of precious metals, just as promised by the legends of Black Coal Jr. Joyous on our triumph, we loaded the chest into our wagon and began journey home. Thank you for reading, and may your own endeavors be equally successful. Signed, Jim Pluckright. Babi, tak ada apa. So hanya kata-kata saja, tak ada apa-apa, dan aku buang masa dan tendang tong sampah tanpa jumpa apa-apa yang menarik. Yeah, I don't think there's anything here except for stories. Let's go back to Fort Cowardice. We find a crate of supplies bound for a nearby army fort. Looks like it fell off a wagon, or the driver fell off the wagon and was too drunk to strap it on. And because it got knocked by a waterfall, see what's inside. We fish the crate and we found military contents. It's not like army cowards have any use for it. Back is in their coward hidey holes. Full canteen, incendiary bullets. Ooh, okay. So boleh tembak api tadi. Burning shot. Very consumable ke? Kira one time use ke? Ya, consumable. Alright. Fort Cowardice. When life gives you cannons, make cannonade. Alright. Here's binoculars. Battlefield Ranch, alright. Oh, dekat ranch mesti ada hashtag kan, dan dekat hashtag mesti ada hay. Demi Calvary Cannonball. No demi less, no demi more. Toilet. As I says toilet in Goblin, which makes it seem pretty like the Goblin uses standard toilet. No way are you going in there. Based on the papers and anatomy diagrams scattered across the surface, you are guessing this does belong to Fort Cowardice nest. Look at the papers. The papers are mostly just boring medical records. The papers are mostly just boring medical records. Dental daguerreotypes. Lamentations that antibiotics haven't been discovered yet. That kind of thing. Hey, wait, what's this? This looks like it might be important. Got an item, marching orders. Look at the diagram. Just a bunch of drawings of slice open body sleeve. Okay, this is a set of army marching orders from before all the army marching orders were marched back east just as fast as your lily-livered little yellow bellied feet can go, you damnable cowards. This is a set of marching orders directing a rifle division to Fort Aldet, far to the north of Deadwater. Right. Will do, right. Army Field from Market, military grade whiskey. Sarang is storing inside. Go in gun blazing. 23. I guess let's do this. Whip it. Ya kan? Let's see. Silver bullet, chemical bullet. Wow, banyak punya bullet. Ah man, tak ada gila. Do we want to go up? Down. Oh yeah, down there. Administration next somewhere. First Lieutenant Rebecca LeBlanc, 76 Pyrotechnics Division, pay grade 024. I'm not gonna read everything. No, another. I have a feeling I might find something. Aku rasa dah ulang-ulang. Pasal macam beberapa kali aku nampak Patricia Smith dan juga Becky Smith, ya, Patricia Smith, Walter Reed pun dah beberapa kali. Ya, aku rasa dah ulang. Saltpeter, right? Can use that. That's item. Shit. Oh, bilik sama. I guess let's pergi dekat mana tadi yang dia baru discover? Battlefield Ranch. Pasal kat sini kat ranch mesti ada haystack. Smash some free loot. You hear a dry cough behind you. Turn around and see skeleton dresses, smoldering, all tuxedo and so top hats shuffling towards you, getting angry towards we can stick. The funeral lily pinned to his label is gilded as this guy was trying to make it with Good afternoon, sir. I must say I did not expect to meet such an esteemed gentleman in such a low-class environment. Have you perhaps lost your way? Please allow me to direct you back to the civilized world. The skeleton listen carefully as you make up some direction to a random patch somewhere, then generously tip you entire one meat. Satu je. We accept you graciously since he didn't notice you snagging the gold lily off his lapel when you had your hand on his shoulder. Alright, so aku curi dia punya gilded lily. Master Gilded Lily. Oh, kat sini. Tambah boxy, that's nice. Alright, fight. 72. Incidentally. Tainted beef steak. Extra thick leather. Ya, pasal aku skin dia kan. Nice, nice. Right, tapi aku dah ada letak kat head dah. Like tough rope. Haystack, dapat satu needle. Aku perlukan 3 needle at least. Red hot poker aku boleh pakai. Untuk poke, mungkin aku boleh pakai untuk poke yang piano man tu, instead of pakai needle. You recognize Curly Butterfield, the legend of Curly Smith. Looks like maybe this outhouse is worth investigating. Investigate it. I can actually go inside the outhouse, but once you open the door, you'll find a map stretched out onto the inside of it. The map reveals the location of a mine just west of the ranch, level Cold Ridge. Right. Curious, right? Alright, some lock picking. To your horror, you see that everything goes about the is now and uncle with an infernal cow spirited stood on stone. Walk among them. Brass bull ring. Kausai. Aku tak boleh equip ni kan? Tak ada. Oh, Infinity. So aku memang nak kena lawan dia now. Aku boleh farm kan? Macam game ni senang nak farm lah, at least kurang-kurangnya. Chill. Oh, not here. What else can I learn now? Kena 100 lebih. Should I just learn Snake Whip? Fan Hammer? Or just Hornswaggling? Yes, aku nak max out Hornswaggling dulu. Let's farm sikit. Oh, ada 2 ekor. More. Alright, so at least macam dia senang nak, game ni senang nak farm lah sekurang-kurangnya. Let's do this game. Okay, dah start 3 ekor. So makin lama makin susah lah. So dia tak ada senang sepanjang masa. Dead hill. Plus 21, 18. No, you don't need him. Alright, so dia tak ada infinite, dia memang infinite tapi makin lama dia akan makin susah. So itu cara dia nak control kau daripada kau abuse untuk farm selama-lamanya. Yes. Kita ada, aku ada berapa needle? Ada satu je. I guess let's go back